Basically, everything with the horse is going to come down to one of three things. It is either going to come down to pain somewhere, or it's going to come down to a lack of knowledge somewhere, or it's going to come down to a lack of respect. And no matter what the symptoms are, the cause is always going to fall into one of those three categories. Now, the horse could lack knowledge and lack respect, but generally it's going to be mostly one area or the other area. And you want to rule out pain first, but what you don't want to do is get in the situation of, well, this body part might hurt or that body part might hurt. Now you're standing on my rein. Let's move your feet again. There we go. Okay, so he's asking what are the top few causes? Well, the top causes are going to fall into one of those categories. It's either going to be pain, it's going to be a lack of respect, or it's going to be a lack of knowledge. And you're going to address it. You rule out pain first, and then lack of knowledge or lack of respect is going to come in next. And with him, I think it was to a point lack of respect and lack of knowledge, but I'm going to address the lack of respect first. So I'm always going to rule out pain first. I'm always going to rule out lack of respect second. And I'm always going to go to lack of knowledge third. If he's in pain, none of the other two matter. If he doesn't have respect, then you're not going to teach him anything. So I always work in that order: pain, respect, lack of knowledge. Now, which part it falls into that could vary. And that's where you look at the symptoms to decide where is the pain or where is the lack of knowledge, or why is the lack of knowledge? Is it, or the lack of respect rather? Is it because the horse is a real dominant horse and he needs a really dominant leader? Or is it he's a lack of respect because he's been spoiled and he's pushy? Or is it a lack of respect because he wants to get his way, like this one, just plain wants to get his way? So it's usually going to fall into kind of that pyramid, that chart, I guess you'd say. So it's I kind of work from that way. So for me, it's a little bit easier to diagnose, or it's a lot easier to diagnose than it would be a doctor to diagnose a medical condition, because I'm going to eliminate things in that order. I'm always going to work in that order, because you have to, the horse has to be not in pain for anything else to work. The horse has to respect what you're asking for in order to train. And then the last thing is to fix the issue with training. Yes.
We got a perfect comment following that thread. They said they had trouble with their horse not standing still when they were trying to mount. The saddle didn't fit, so they got it fixed, and now standing still is completely resolved.
Yes, yeah. Somebody said they had trouble with the horse standing still. The saddle didn't fit. They got the saddle changed to one that fit. Now the problem went away. That's exactly what I was talking about. The not standing still to get on was the symptom. The saddle not fitting was the cause. So and that's the kind of thing that a lot of amateur owners kind of fall into that trap. They treat what they have in the moment as the cause and get fixated, as the symptom, and they get fixated on that instead of looking at the bigger picture and looking at for what caused that symptom.